Hello, Aries, and welcome to the second half of October. As I see you, Tarot, this is for the time period October 16th through the 31st. This is a five-card overall energy reading for the time between those dates of October 16th and the 31st of 2020. It is a general reading for the larger collective, and it is intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with every Aries, and that's perfectly okay. Please take what fits and let the rest go. To save time, I've already shuffled the cards and requested the universe guidance with the cards, and they were selected when they were injected on their own. The five cards here that were injected during the shuffle are here lined up for the overall energy. The first card here represents the overall past influences that were significant for the majority or the overall collective of Aries during the last few months. Keep in mind that in some cases the overall energy may have resolved during that time period, or in other cases it may still be lingering. The second card here represents the overall current energy for the present moment during this time range. So this is present energy. The third card here represents the overall current energy for your future issues that are remaining during this time period. The fourth card here represents the current overall energy challenges that you may encounter during this time period. For challenges, keep in mind that challenges do not necessarily mean they're negative. They're provided simply to be aware, and sometimes they're just choices that you may have to make. And finally, the fifth card here represents the overall energy for the outcome energies that are identified during the same time period of October 16th through the 31st, 2020. And happy Halloween to all my Aries. So we begin here with our first card, and we have the King of Wands. So 1 second here, we get energy rating, angels and spirit guides. Please help me give understanding to why the King of Wands here is present with the Aries for this time period. What is the overall energy reading for the King of Wands being here in this time period for past influences? Okay, well, Aries, the King of Wands here represents pure fire energy from its masculine form. Unlike other wands in the court, the king here is not so much interested in creation or creativity or in dreaming or of ideas or implementing them himself. Instead, this king here, the King of Wands, is more inclined to take an idea and enlist the ideas or enlist others to sort of help him bring it forward. I'm picking up here in that the King of Wands here is appearing for the majority of Aries during this past influence for the past couple of months. It's a sign that many Aries were sort of stepping into a role of a visionary leader, or perhaps were ready to direct your own sort of people towards a common goal. I'm picking up that many Aries had a clear vision of where they wanted to go, and they were sort of manifesting that vision with the support of those that were around you. I'm picking up that others that were around you during your past influences were naturally sort of gravitating towards you, and because of you were demonstrating sort of a charismatic, you were focused, you were determined, and they believed in you and your vision, and you were sort of able to sort of exhibit that or demonstrate that as well. It was a natural process for many Aries. The people that were surrounding you wanted to be a part of what you were manifesting, and I feel that they were supportive of you for the most part, and wanted to back you. Many Aries were able to demonstrate that this sort of masterful art of getting people together to help you work and complete the work that you were wanting to do, no matter what the work was, whether it was a project, a personal project, a family project, volunteer project, or whatever. It's just a project in general that you were working on. I feel the King of Wands here was reminding you, Aries, to sort of lead your life with the intent, with vision, and a long-term view. I felt that for many Aries, some of you may have felt that grand idea was truly possible, and and you had the energy to sort of stop at nothing to make sure it came through. Um, Typically, unlike a knight in this, who's typically are more impulsive in the tarot cards, with a knight's actions of you know uh, being more impulsive. This king here is able to demonstrate maturity, and I felt that I'm picking up many areas where you're able to demonstrate sort of that maturity through your vision. Right through the end of your project, I feel most of you were able to complete whatever you were working on. For the most, from what I'm gathering here, I felt that many areas were able to achieve a lot, because you were very clear about your future direction and how you were going to get there. And many of you didn't waste any time sort of on activities or other relationships that felt were going to go nowhere. So you were very focused on accomplishing whatever this was that you wanted to do. And yeah, and you weren't satisfied with just going with the flow. You really were wanting to be, again, sort of embark on a direct and robust sort of course of action. And I felt that many areas you were inspired sort of by the long-term sustainable success of what you were working on, in a long-term sort of aspect. Hmm. Um, I'm also picking up here that for many Aries, the appearance of the king in the past influences for Aries during this time frame also suggests that there was an opportunity presenting itself to you or to some Aries, and you know during that opportunity you had the power to sort of take the challenge. Many Aries were determining, sort of what the situation was or what it is they were trying to do, and I'm picking up the Aries wanted to be a success at it, and equally, Uh, you sort of felt that if you weren't fully committed to it, you were going to have to struggle with to bring this project forward. So um, I think many areas sort of understood that it was important to sort of manifest the wish and sort of be mindful about what your intentions were during this time frame. And because of that, you felt that you held the power. You were successful at that, whatever that project was, in your past influences. So this is more a project oriented. I don't think that there was much a relationship issue going on here in this reading. Now, in our current energy, we have the Two of Cups. However, the Two of Cups is in reverse. One moment, please. Angel and Spirit Guides, why, or help us understand why the Two of Cups is in reverse here for Aries during this time frame. What is the overall energy for this card being here for Aries during this time frame? Thank you. At the essence, when you have a Two of Cups that's reversed, this tends to be about self-love. Love in any form, starts with the ability to love yourself. And I think for many Aries, when you love yourself unconditionally and you accept and appreciate who you are, and you respect and honor the most authentic version of yourself, that's the love that you are seeking. I think the Aries you were welcoming right now, sort of a life of happiness because you fundamentally believe that you deserve it, and you're right. I'm picking up here that many Aries you're coming from a place of self-love, of self-acceptance right now, of self-respect. Many of you will have or are wanting a more fulfilling, loving relationship with others, and you realize it all starts with self-love. I'm picking up here that I think many Aries are sort of understanding that if you don't love yourself, you'll end up projecting the lack of love onto others. And in the form of that becomes sort of clingy and attached, attracting the wrong kinds of relationships for you. And perhaps some of you were already realizing that, and you're in a process of change here. Or worse, you end up, in a harmful situations that you don't want to be in. There is a shadow side, though, to the Two of Cups in reverse here for Aries. So, a caution here is that before you seek out, your Prince Charming, or tie a knot with someone that you feel is a lifetime love, it's important that you make sure that you filled your cup with all the beautiful love juice that you have for yourself. And I think that's the key here, is making sure that you have enough for yourself, and and to make sure that you give it to yourself first, because then once you have fulfillment of that, then you're able to share that with others. In other words, the whole lesson here for many Aries, I feel, is on this sort of your love relationship here, is you want to find that self-love first, and that you realize that no other person, material possession, or accomplishment can do it for you. You're not going to find happiness. No one else is going to make you happy and loving except you. And I think you're realizing that, Aries, right now. Um, Aries, understand that the Two of Cups in reverse also can signal on the other side a breakup or falling out with somebody that you might be close to. It could be work-related, family, friend, committee, or anything. I'm feeling that some Aries are feeling out of sync, perhaps with each other, and you're not sharing the same emotional connection that you felt you did in the past. I feel some Aries, when in this portion of the reverse too, is that you're noticing that there's a lack of trust or being open with the other person. You're just finding it to be difficult, and it could be a relationship or a friend or anybody. You're noticing, for many, or there's a communication maybe sort of restricted and withheld right now, and that there's an energy sort of flow that's stifled. To help you, Aries, with this in your present energy, if this is resonating with you, to turn the situation around, is the key here is to open up. Don't be afraid to open up and share your feelings in an appropriate way and in a responsive way. And the key here is to share your feelings in a safe place, in a safe way, and express them how you feel. I feel the following, without being accusatory. And it's very possible, I'm picking up here from this, spirit guides here, Aries, is that you, just starting this conversation, you can shift the energy flow dramatically, and you'll be able to improve this relationship or energy that you feel is sort of stifling you right now. And our third card is our future energy. We have the Devil. However, we have the Devil in reverse. Now, keep in mind, this is a major arcana card. Angels and spirit guides, please tell us why we have the Devil here for Aries in their future energy during this time frame. Angels and spirit guides, please help us understand why the Devil is showing up for Aries in their future energies during this time frame. Okay, thank you. Well, let's see. What's the energy level here? What's going on? Angel, okay. What is the energy reading for? Why do we have this double card here? I'm picking up, especially, why in the future? Why for Aries in the future? Angel and spirit guides, please help me understand why the Devil card is showing up for Aries during this energy period, this time period, in the reverse. Okay. Okay. Aries, the reverse Devil card is showing up here in your future energy because I'm picking up that many of you are on a verge of a breakthrough or sort of an up-leveling. I'm feeling that many Aries, or the overall collective of Aries, there's a feeling, or you're going to be having this feeling of being called to your highest potential. But before you can do that, you have to let go of any unhealthy attachments or any limiting beliefs that may be holding you back. Please be advised, Aries, when you receive this sort of energy, this sort of calling, it's about being called to something more, and you sort of have that innate feeling. And it's important that you deal with your shadows before you step into this new version of yourself. In other words, for some of you, it may be an addiction to something. And it could be addiction to anything: television, substance abuses, anything, sort of any exercise, any sort of addiction, and or you have to clean up any unhealthy relationships that you're in. It's or just engaging from a career that's unsatisfactory. Uh, it's about letting go of fear and releasing any sort of self-imposed limiting beliefs standing in your way of your growth. Uh, and this card here and the spirit guides are here to tell you that this energy that you're feeling is going to be much easier than you realize, because you have the backing of the spirits. The reverse guide here, basically, or the devil here, is about confronting your inner fears, Aries, and your anxieties, and in order, by confronting those, you're going to free yourself from any sort of chains that bind you to your or limiting beliefs and sort of unhealthy attachments. Um, for Aries, if you eliminate these things that you know are harmful to you and your inner psyche, it's about sort of creating a healthier diet, or watching less television, or quitting smoking, or spending more time with your loved ones, or focusing more on goals that benefit you and to your higher good. It's about taking an opportunity to bring out the positive change in your life and staying focused on the ultimate goal of freedom for you, what you feel that is. Aries, the devil card here in your future energy during this time frame is appearing because you're going through some sort of a deep, dark place. And whether you are ready for it or not, many of you are feeling that sort of there's a change on the verge here. And it could be the retrogrades currently taking place, obviously. But it's about taking this path consciously. And it's letting you know that it's okay, that whatever this feeling is you're having is to go with it, and you'll have the strength and confidence and the courage to go to seek through it and to understand it, even if it has to do with the sort of the innermost shadows that you sort of have repressed. But it's saying here that for Aries, it's releasing those sort of past hurts. It's releasing past things that no longer serve you, whatever they may be. And when you do it sort of consciously, which is really what this is about, or even if you do it with resistance, it can be very sort of confronting, as you begin to sort of realize that you're very different from the person who you thought you were. And so it's not only, it ties in sort of your self-love here that you had here, but now it's sort of evolving into really sort of who are you, and sort of identifying who the real person is. Are you living up to the Joneses? Are you living up to your Instagram pictures, or a social view of you versus who you really are? Those are the sort of questions that this card is asking you to sort of review, and a self-review. And many of you are going to enter this sort of period of perhaps anxiety or depression, or you might be experiencing dark thoughts as you struggle to understand what's going on. For those, I'm not picking up it's going to be that extreme, but keep in mind, for some it may be extreme to the other side, and this is also, please seek out professional trained help if you feel it's going beyond too extreme for you. So, but I'm not picking up it's going to be that extreme, but just in case, obviously, if it's unhealthy for you, seek help. The reverse devil here also is a sign, Aries, that you're hiding. Some of you may be hiding your deepest, darkest self, and perhaps you're keeping a secret that's sort of eating away at you. You may have thoughts, fantasies, or addictions, or habits that you don't want others to know, and it's sort of eating at you, or eating at your soul to some degree. And you're starting to feel that you don't want to bring it forward because you've been embarrassed, or you've been ashamed. But keep in mind that sometimes holding onto these sort of secrets can contribute to a growing level of guilt. It can make you feel a sense of anguish and always on edge, and that's uncomfortable to be that way. So this card is encouraging you to address those, whatever they may be, and to let go of any sort of guilt that you may have that you feel may be associated with it. That's on you. This is about a need to accept who you are, and to forgive yourself for any of the thoughts that you have, or have had, and perceptions. And of course, again, if you are risk at harming yourself or others, please seek professional help immediately. But I'm not feeling it's that extreme. It's just about facing sort of things that you haven't looked at, and it's time to do it. And this is sort of reminding you it's that time to do it. And our fourth card, our overall energy, is the Magician, and this is also a major arcana card here. Angel and Spirit Guides, why is the Magician here for Aries during this time period in their challenges? I'm sorry. Why is the Magician here for Aries during this time period, the overall energy for challenges for Aries? Thank you. Keep in mind that the Magician is a master at manifesting things. The Magician, Aries, brings to you the tools, the resources, the energy that you need to make your dreams come true. I mean, seriously, it's everything that you could possibly want right now. Is it going to be at your fingertips? You have the spiritual sort of fire, and the physical of earth, and the mental of air, and the emotional of water. They're all sort of resources that are manifesting your desires right now. And when you combine all of those sort of energies on the spiritual and sort of earthly realms, Aries, you become sort of a manifesting powerhouse. And the key to bring all these tools together is a synergistically so important that it's going to impact who you are and what you create, and it's going to be greater than the separate parts. It's alchemy, Aries, at its best. However, why this isn't a challenge is because, well, it's a perfect time to sort of move forward on an idea that you recently perhaps conceived. The challenge here for you is a decision here. So do you proceed with it? The seed of potential that you sprouted, perhaps have been thinking about or putting out there as a wish list, and now you're going to be called to take action on it and to bring the intention to forward. The skills and knowledge and capabilities you have gathered along your path have led you already to where you are right now. So you are ready. The universe is telling you that you're ready, and you're ready whether you realize it or not. So it's sort of serving you here to sort of say, bring those ideas to reality. If you've been feeling hesitant, the Magician is going to say, this is your opportunity. For Aries, in your quest to sort of manifest your goals, and you need to establish that clear vision about what it is that you want to create, whatever it is, and whether it's a relationship, whether it's a work, whether it's a project, whether it's a special interest. But you have to sort of understand why you want to do it, and it's important for you to understand why you want to do it before you start it. It's not enough to be motivated by your own egos or the money or status or fame. This card here is challenging you that you need to have a soul connection with your goals and your intentions. It's reminding you that you are powerful, that you are a creative being, that this is your opportunity to bring your higher self in alignment with your day-to-day vibrations and your day-to-day actions to create the future that you want. This is a wonderful card. It is a choice card, and your challenge here for this energy during this period is, are you ready for the challenge? Because the universe is presenting for you right now, it's ready. It's up to you to decide what you're going to do with that. And finally, in our fifth card is our outcomes during this energy. We have the Six of Wands. Angels and Spirit Guides, please help us understand what the energy is here for Aries during this time period. Why is the Six of Wands and the outcomes for Aries in this time period? Okay. Aries, the Six of Wands is appearing here when you, Aries, have reached you've reached an important milestone, and many of you perhaps have achieved some sort of significant goal that you're working on. I'm picking up that many Aries are feeling confident and self-assured and successful. that you sort of harnessed, those strengths and talents to bring whatever it is that you were working on with a good outcome. Uh, and you should be proud of your endeavors, and that you made it through the challenges to get to whatever it was that you were bringing forward. Uh, this is about sort of you were able. It's about giving yourself a pat on the back that you were able to sort of minimize distractions. You focused on your task, which goes back to up here again. You're sort of ending your whole energy here with this focus, Aries. Uh, this is about giving yourself a pat on the back. You were able to get through those challenges because you concentrated your energies on one target. The Six of Wands here, Aries, it suggests for many of you that you not only are achieving your goals, or you will be achieving your goals, um, you're also sort of receiving, or you could be receiving, sort of a public acknowledgement for your efforts. You may have recently received an award or acclaim or recognition from your peers. Or an appreciation plaque, or it could be as simple as a pat on the back. But this attention is a big boost to your ego, and it's also a big boost to your confidence, and it gives you the strength to continue on the endeavors that you want. Um, Aries, the Six of Wands here encourages you to put yourself out there and to be proud of what you've achieved. It's about sort of shouting out your successes from the rooftop, and set it all out there for others to see and to cheer you on. It's motivating. Be open to receiving love and support from your biggest cheerleaders. Uh, uh, their energy is present and surrounding you, and they want you to succeed. And now is your time to shine. The Six of Wands, Aries, for many of you, it's a positive encouragement to believe in who you are and what your accomplishments are. It's encouraging you to continue to have faith in what you've done and how others will receive it. It reminds you to not be, to not be fearful, or let guilt stand in your way of your success. You deserved it, and it's reminding you to be proud, to hold your head up, and to know that you're worthy of the admiration that's coming towards you. I'm also picking up the energy here of Aries, is that the Six of Wands also marks sort of important milestones. And keep in mind that, uh, for some, you're not quite at the finish line just yet. Some of you may still have a way to go, and some of you may be sitting or preparing for challenges that are going to be in your way, or coming, that you're projecting. But this card also, for those who haven't finished their project or whatever it may be, this card is saying take heart, and to know that you have support of those around you, and you will get through those challenges, and they are there to support you 100% on whatever it is. So, it's you can do it. I also want to sort of point out in this reading, Aries, that uh, you have where am I? You had two Arcana cards, major Arcana cards here. So something when you have the sort of two cards. There's it's basically you're sort of, yeah. I'm trying. What is it they're trying to tell me here? The spirit guides, angel and spirit guides. What is you're trying to tell me here about it? What's the message you're wanting? Can you help me understand the message, please? Okay. Okay. I guess. All right. Leave it there. I guess I'm there. I guess my there. Sorry. I take it that angel and spirit guides are wanting me to just leave it right there. Uh, yeah. So overall, the Magician is your key card here. It's about manifestation. is about being resourceful. It's about being inspired in your action. Those are your future. In your present energy, the reminder here and the key sort of takeaway for you in this time frame here is, you know, as it's in the reverse, it's about self-love. It's about dealing with breakups. It's about resolving and identifying your disharmony and sort of distrust that you might be feeling as the key issues. And in your outcomes here, the key takeaway here is that you're set up for success. There could be public recognition, there could be progress, and you're going to exhibit self-confidence, and you will get through any of these challenges. So I want to thank you, Aries, for your support and you're watching this video. Please keep in mind, if you would like to support this channel, the YouTube algorithms are extremely important, and it's important to do the big three, which is click on the like the video, click the subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification button. It's free. You're not bombarded by any sort of unnecessary emails or anything else. It's just within the YouTube page and a little icon that shows up. But it would definitely support me, and I would appreciate it in the channel as I'm trying to get this started. I would thank you so much for your time and energy. As in addition, please feel free to leave a comment if you felt any part of the reading was applicable to you. And again, if it didn't resonate with you, that's perfectly fine. Let it go. It's okay. We can get through it. So, Aries, I thank you very much. I hope that you have a wonderful second half of October, and happy Halloween to all of you. Take care.